Marcus Aurelius once said, "The dignity of a man lies in the strength of his character, not in the opinions others hold about him." Respect is the reflection of that dignity. It can't be bought, begged for, or demanded. It grows out of silent actions, from the harmony between what you say and what you do, and from the calm you maintain in the middle of chaos. But there are small, almost invisible behaviors that over time erode that image of strength and make others stop admiring you. And the worst part? Most people never notice it happening. Today you'll discover 7 behaviors that silently destroy the respect others have for you, and how to replace them with Stoic virtues. For the Stoics, respect is the natural consequence of virtue. Epictetus said, "If you wish to be respected, begin by respecting yourself." That kind of self-respect comes from integrity, prudence, and moral courage. But in the rush of modern life, we often confuse respect with fear or admiration with status. True respect isn't given. It's earned, sustained, and sometimes lost in silence. And each of the habits you're about to hear is a quiet strike against your own moral authority. Habit 1. Allowing others to interrupt you without standing firm. Years ago, I worked with a colleague who interrupted every point I tried to make during meetings. At first, I thought staying quiet was a sign of humility. But the more I stayed silent, the less people listened to me, and the more they listened to him. Kindness is not weakness. Seneca wrote, "He who stays silent before disrespect teaches others to repeat it." Respect begins when you defend your words calmly and confidently. When you speak up with serenity, you're not starting a conflict. You're teaching others how to treat you. Habit 2. Trying to force others to think like you. I once lost a good friend because I tried too hard to save him with my ideas. Every conversation turned into a sermon until he finally stopped talking to me. Epictetus reminds us, "No man owns another's mind." Respecting someone's thoughts is a mark of wisdom. When you impose your beliefs, you reveal insecurity, not conviction. True influence doesn't need to shout. It's lived quietly, through example. People don't follow those who argue the most. They follow those who live in peace. Habit 3. Breaking your own word. I once knew someone who promised every week he would start waking up early, exercising, studying, but never lasted more than 3 days. Soon no one took his promises seriously. Not even he did. Few things destroy respect faster than inconsistency. A Stoic values words as sacred contracts. If you promise, fulfill it. If you can't, stay silent until you can. Trust is built in consistency, and trust is what sustains respect. When your word loses weight, your presence loses authority. Habit 4. Ignoring the needs of others. Once, during dinner with friends, I noticed one of them stayed quiet the entire night. I was so focused on talking about my own achievements that I didn't see her discomfort. She left early without saying goodbye. That silence taught me a lesson. Respect is active empathy. When you listen, observe, and care, you send a powerful message. You matter. People respect those who make them feel seen. Seneca wrote, "No kindness is too small when given with a sincere heart." Respect begins with genuine attention. Habit 5. Being dishonest. I've seen people lose years of credibility in a single moment. All it took was one lie, one shortcut, one broken promise. Dishonesty has a cruel nature. Once discovered, it poisons everything you say after. Seneca said, "Nothing is more shameful than the man who deceives when he could be truthful." Integrity is the foundation of respect. Without it, every good intention turns into suspicion. Honesty may cost comfort, but dishonesty costs character. And once character is gone, respect vanishes with it. Habit 6. Constant self-promotion. I once attended an event where someone spent the entire night talking about his business, his travels, his achievements, though no one had asked. It was like listening to a living commercial, and I noticed something. The more he talked, the less people listened. Respect doesn't grow in the soil of arrogance. Epictetus said, "The tree does not boast of its fruit, it simply bears it." Virtue doesn't need an audience. Let your actions speak for you, and silently they say far more than words ever could. Habit 7. Treating people based on interest. One of the saddest things I've seen happened in a workplace. A man treated his bosses with extreme kindness, but ignored those who couldn't offer him anything. Soon everyone saw through it, even the people he tried to impress. Treating others as tools is the quickest way to lose respect. The Stoic sees all human beings as equals in dignity and value. Marcus Aurelius said, "All breathe the same air, all share the same divine spark." Respect is equality in practice. If you only see usefulness, you'll never see humanity. If you recognized yourself in any of these habits, don't feel guilty. Awareness is the first step toward virtue. True respect isn't about pretending to be strong. It's about the courage to stay truthful even when no one is watching. Respect yourself enough to live with integrity. Respect others enough to listen. Respect time enough to keep your word. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like those who wronged you. So, choose to act with virtue, even when the world doesn't. Because those who walk with virtue never walk alone. Respect walks beside them." If you want to keep cultivating this inner strength, subscribe to the channel Stoic Spring. Here, you'll learn how to protect your peace, strengthen your mind, and grow in maturity, one day at a time.